I promised everyone a Poppy video that I never came through with. And I am getting set up for my Google Classroom in the morning, and I need a test video to see if everything works. So I shall, with my kitty, I shall make a Poppy video and post it for you all because my live video was an epic fail. So we won't be going live, not on Facebook, not for any time soon. I am going live with my kids in the Google Classroom, and if I post art projects, it will be on a video for Facebook. Thank you. Poppies are a very simple flower to draw, and they are very dynamic when we're done. So they each have 4 leaves. And so I'm going to make a number of different designs that I've taken from actual poppy. I observed poppies. I looked online, not online, I looked at my own pictures, and I created a couple of designs, and I just look at where I think that they should be. So the first one, I've got a rounded leaf. They've got many leaves that end up looking kind of heart-shaped. This would be a leaf that kind of is curving away from me. And here's another on the heart-shaped design. We could have leaves that are petals that are not open yet. Okay, they often will be in the process of opening right alongside open and spent flowers. Okay, so it's very rose-like when they're all closed up. This poppy is to the side, so we get partial view of some of the petals, full view of 2 of them, and partial view of the other 2. And the stem will come out from the bottom. The stems are a big part of this drawing, actually. When the poppies first open, sometimes they can look like they're all connected, like there's not even a division of these 4 petals. That's how they look in the beginning. And then here I've got one that is completely open to the sides. Might have some little pistils and stamens sticking out. And you can see the green thing, which I haven't looked up. I've only done this video 4 times, and I know I need to look up what that's called, but I haven't. So what's really cool is to do this video while you're looking at the California poppy. It really helps the video the drawing to come together. And when I'm all done, I'm not going to draw the stems in. I'm going to do that with my watercolor marker. I'm going to find a couple places where I should put in the green pods, because they have green pods before they're open. Now, I am using, let me show you. I am using these watercolor dual tip markers from Artist Loft. You do not need to use these. I'm using these because my husband and my son bought them for me for Christmas 2 years ago. And this painting was the first one that I've ever used it for. And I absolutely fell in love with it. These are so fun. So I just get out all my bright yellows and greens and reds, of which I have quite a few. And I'm going to color them in, and when I'm done coloring them in, I'm going to do a little wash of water over them, and they're going to bleed and blend and end up looking like this. Okay? So my centers are pretty red. I start with a very red, orangey color, and these markers are so my speed because you can give them a little scribble, and I do like that. I like the ability to just quickly do artwork. That's why I loved to blow glass in college, and the reason why was because it was fast, and bam, you were done. Like it or not, you were done. Move on. And the results were so beautiful. And this is very similar. It's a very similar vibe. I don't do needlepoint. I don't do things that take long amounts of time. It's not like I don't care. It's not that I'm not interested in a final product. It's just this is very satisfying for me. I like it. So when I'm not doing any of my outlines in black marker or anything like that, which is something that a lot of kids who have taken watercolor with us before at our school have done, I like the edges to just blend. I don't like to use a lot of black in my art. My kids all know that. Don't use black. I got taught that in college. You definitely want to go for a combination of colors to get that black. I'm going to put my yellow on the edge. And so if you were using regular watercolors, it would work the same, where you would put the darkest color in the middle, the mid-range color, the brightest orange you have on the in the middles, in the middle of the flower. And then yellow on the edge, okay? And you would blend those as you go, maybe doing a wet on wet technique. So you'd wet the area of the flower, and then you'd start with your red, and then you'd add your orange, and then you would maybe finish with your yellow. You'd have to make sure your brush and your water were clean before you did the yellow, or it would be muddy, more than likely. Okay. Get myself a little water here. And I even have a pretty wide brush. So I'm just wetting it all down and keeping the water within my petals is basically all I'm doing here. You don't want to go super, super wet. Modestly wet. Of course, I'm going a little fast for video purposes. And because I've done this video so many times, I'm like, okay, let's get her done. But I don't want to end up with a sea of all one color orange. I want to be sure that my yellow is maintained. So I'm dabbing my brush and I'm putting the water and work my way in from the yellow so that I get to keep it. I noticed here that I didn't get to keep much of my yellow. So now I'm going to do it different. Art is about making adjustments, like doing sports. If it didn't work, you make an adjustment. You use less water. You start in a different direction. And I definitely want to maintain a little bit of that yellow. So I'm changing what I'm doing. And this is, like I said, a new medium for me. So I'm not going to get right every time, but I do kind of like, I love what it's doing. And then I can turn around, and if I'm using these like quote unquote out in the field, if I'm out playing and drawing, I can take my markers and draw something quickly and maybe even come back in. I need my light green. I got a light green here. I can come back in and work in my house, my quote unquote studio, and create the finished product. But this would give me quick sketches to do outside. So I have these buds to fill this in. I also have where the flower connects to the stem here in a couple places. And like I said, I didn't want to do the stems in pencil. I want those to be really free. The stems are thin and wispy, and I want to think about my composition. Where do I need a flower? Where do I need something to kind of fill in? You can use these buds the same way to fill in. Okay, one last. Then I used a lighter color. I noticed when I was looking at my picture that the grass was actually, sorry, I'm working here out of the camera. I noticed that the grass was a lighter color, and the grass is really easy to draw. I did wispy, long, and for the top of the grass, it's just like so. And you can just see where you need it to be filled in and put a little tip on the top. It's fairly straight. And I'm not going to watercolor these. Get myself one way over here. And just various pieces of grass that are not blending in, not having tops. There we go. And there you have, and I can see that it's very wet right here. I don't think I want that. So I'm just gonna, where I've added too much water, I'm gonna go back and give it a little kiss with a, okay, I've lost my video somewhere along the line and I'm not sure where to pick up. So what I want to tell you is that I've used these Artist Loft watercolor markers, and what I was doing here at the end was I used the darker green and I put buds in where I felt like I needed a little bit more interest, and I used a lighter marker. I don't know if you can see the color on that. There we go. I use a lighter marker to make the grass in the background. To make the grass, I just added where I felt like it needed to be filled. And at the top, I just, so like this, I'll add another one. So it's easy to make the tops. And I'm not going to add water to those. I'm just going to leave them as they are. I was also saying that these are great pens to just take on the go outside. Do your sketch and bring inside and do a quick watercolor with them. You don't have to have these pens in order to do this work. You could be working in watercolor itself, and yeah, you could use anything. You use colored pencil. It'd be very nice. I've actually done this with a quail in it with a pen and ink before, and a little watercolor wash at the end. It was really quite nice. I gave it away as a gift. So good luck with this. Have a good time with it and enjoy your California poppies. It has been quite the season here. We've really enjoyed it this year. So have a great week.